It is about time that this game has had a huge turnaround. Now, a lot of people have some mixed emotions about this new update that we had with Battlefield 5, but for me personally, I absolutely love it. This was probably my favorite update they have ever given to Battlefield 5. Now, for those who have stuck around my channel for a while now, you know that I loved Battlefield 5 when it first released. One of my favorite Battlefield games, I had so much fun with it, I was even choosing to play Battlefield 5 over Black Ops 4, and I'm a hardcore Call of Duty fan. But as time went on, and things continuously came out for Battlefield 5, I noticed that the things that they were putting out for this game were just useless at a certain amount of time. No new maps, no new content, and it was even a period of time where they weren't even giving you any new weapons. They were just giving you a bunch of knives. Like, I want knives for some strange reason. No, I want a weapon. I want a gun. I want an assault rifle, a submachine gun, light machine gun, sniper rifle. I want anything that will actually do damage to an enemy, not a different skin of a melee weapon. And like I said, if you followed my channel for a long time, during that period, I was having a rough time with this game. And it officially came to me that Battlefield 5 was dying, and I couldn't really see any possible way that they could bring this game back from the dead. But little did I know that EA DICE was actually working very hard on this title with fixing bugs, adding new content, and just making the game good overall. Now, in the new Tides of War, we see a brand new LMG. Now, for me personally, like I said, you guys know how I feel about the support class in Battlefield 5. Still to this day, I think it's completely useless. The majority of the good light machine guns that you can use have very small mags. Like, we're talking 25, maybe 35 bullets in the mag. So we're practically talking about like an assault rifle. So when I play support, I don't feel like I'm playing support. I don't feel like I'm playing with, an actual bulky light machine gun. I just feel like I'm playing as an assault player with more automatic weapons instead of, semi-auto. And I don't like that feel. I hate that feel, actually, and I really hate that they made the majority of the MMGs, the weapons that actually have bulky ammunition, we're talking like 200 plus rounds, the majority of those, besides the Lewis gun, you have to mount on a bipod, which takes a lot of the fun out of the support class. But it is nice to see them add in more weapons, even though it's not really the weapons that I would like to see. Maybe I would prefer to see more fully auto assault rifles, some more submachine guns, maybe some more snipers that aren't, the one-hit wonders. But regardless, it's a new weapon. It's not a reskinned melee weapon, thank God. So I can't complain. I'm happy that they are continuing with the content. They're also talking about releasing some more skins for the tanks and stuff like that. I have some pretty high hopes that EA DICE has the right path planned out for Battlefield 5 now. But that's not even the most exciting part about this whole update. Not even close. The best part about this update is the brand new map, Operation Underground. Now, if you're a hardcore Battlefield fan, you already know that this is just a remake of Operation Metro, but that shouldn't offend you, that shouldn't make you angry at all, because this game desperately needed a map like this. This was my #1 complaint since day one, when they first released the first DLC map, Panzerstorm. My first initial thoughts were, why were you bringing a tank map when there's not even enough infantry-based maps in the game yet? Now, you can argue that maps like Rotterdam were in the game as well, which is pretty infantry-based and stuff like that, but I'm talking about real infantry gameplay, like Operation Metro or Operation Lockers. Gameplay like that. I feel like that needs to be in every single Battlefield game, even if it's just one map that's like that. They don't have to make 2, 3, 4 maps that are all the same style as Lockers or Metro or anything like that. But as long as there's one map in the game that actually plays like this, I'm content. Then everybody's happy. You have the infantry players who can all swarm to this map, and then you have all the other Battlefield players who want the large-scale battles. Now, for me personally, I just like the mix. I enjoy getting, into tanks or getting my butt kicked by tanks or having tanks as, an actual enemy on the battlefield, so you have to plan stuff around it. I like the planes flying through the sky and the sounds that just the whole environment makes. So don't get me wrong, the big maps are really awesome, and they do give you an awesome Battlefield experience. And that's what Battlefield is, let's not lie. No, Battlefield isn't just Operation Metro style maps. That's not what they blew up off of. But I still get tired of it. Sometimes I still want that, fast-paced, infantry-only gameplay. And Battlefield 5 didn't deliver. They didn't deliver with that. They just kept releasing new maps after new maps that were large-scale, open maps. Nothing that was close-quartered or Operation Metro style or anything of that sort. But we finally got something. Operation Underground. And I'm so pumped about this. This is the perfect addition to Battlefield 5. First off, before we even get into the map, I just want to say that Battlefield 5 never felt like a World War II shooter to me. It just felt like Battlefield 1 version 2. Felt like World War I. I didn't feel any World War II vibes with this game. But with Operation Underground, I gotta say this is probably one of the very few maps that I actually feel like I'm fighting in a World War II battle. Which, once again, this game desperately needed. Let's be honest here. Why would you play a World War II shooter if it doesn't even feel like you're playing in World War II? So that's a huge plus side for the EA DICE studio to have this map in the game finally, because it does feel like a World War II map, it feels more authentic, and it actually gets me more into the Battlefield 5 vibe. But forget about all the authenticity of the map, of making it feel like World War II. I just want something that's going to play good. And let me tell you, with a few additional, side flank paths that they added into this game that weren't in the original Operation Metro, they really made a banger with this map. Now, I've heard so many people complain about this. I've heard many negative opinions about Operation Underground, how it just doesn't have a good flow, how it just gets clunky at the B flag, people camp everywhere. The list goes on. But if you want my personal opinion, how I really feel about this map, this is the best addition that Battlefield 5 has ever had into the game. I'm a huge Operation Metro Unlockers fan. I still to this day go on Battlefield 4 and just hop in some Operation Locker 24/7 lobbies. I like stacking high kills, I like having constant action placed right in front of you, and with Operation Underground, just like Operation Metro, everybody kind of revolves around the middle flag. If you're playing Conquest, if you're playing Breakthrough, then obviously, one team is pushing, the other team is defending, but regardless of what game mode that you're playing, everybody is still right there. The action is all put right underground, right smack dab in the center. With all the explosions, gunshots, and the screaming from enemy soldiers, it's a very good environment if you're looking for the classic style of lockers or Metro. I'm so happy, guys. I am very happy. Because Battlefield 5 was a game that I absolutely loved. I had tons of fun with it in the beginning. And I was sad, even though a lot of people thought that I just started hating the game and I didn't want any success for it. That's not true. I like Battlefield. And even though I'm not, the hardest core Battlefield fan, I didn't play Battlefield since the first one, not like I did with Call of Duty. Regardless, I like the franchise. I think it's a great concept, and it's the perfect twist for my Call of Duty style. Sometimes I enjoy the extremely fast-paced arcadey Call of Duty style, and then other times I just want to hop on Battlefield and have a little bit different of experience. Have more realism, have more tactics, and just have more, how can I say it? I guess tactics is the best way I could put it, or strategies. It's a lot more thinking involved in Battlefield titles. And I respect that, and I like that. But Battlefield 5 was losing me. They were really losing my interest for this title. And it was sad because I wanted it to succeed. But finally, it seems like things are turning around. Al Sandan, or whatever that map is called, that's in the rotation now for Conquest as well. Underground is now in the rotation for Conquest. They have a perfect map selection. There's tons of maps that you can now play. There's a lot of weapons that you can browse through. Everything is slowly coming together. And even though I don't agree with some things, like I said earlier, the bipods or the customization for your weapons, I hate the customization tree. It's awful. I really do not enjoy that. But I could put all those things aside, as long as there's content in the game. Down to the core, this game was just missing content. And that's what pushed a lot of people away. A lot of people stopped enjoying Battlefield 5 just because of the fact that there was nothing in the game. And still to this day, we still do not have the Americans, we still don't have the Japanese. That's supposed to be coming in January. But regardless, this is a World War II shooter. All of these things should have been in the game from the start. But they didn't play it like that. And since they didn't play it like that, there was no maps in the game. There was no weapons in the game. There was just no fun in the game. But it has finally reached a point where I can proudly say I am happy with Battlefield 5. All I need right now is private servers so I can get into some Operation Underground 24/7 lobbies, so I don't have to go in any of the other maps for the rotation. Even though, like I said, I don't have anything against the other maps and stuff. I do enjoy the classic Battlefield experience, but I like being able to try out both. My favorite part about Battlefield games is that you can have the best of both worlds. You can go into the large-scaled battles and fight with tanks and planes and large infantry pushes and all this fun stuff, but at the same time, you can back up and go to maps like Metro or Lockers, and now Underground, where you can just have that only infantry gameplay, where it's a huge grinder, where you just, you all pile up in the middle of the map and start destroying everybody, get nice flanks where you can kill like 8-9 people off it's so many things that you can do with maps that are styled like Metro. So for anybody who was curious about Battlefield 5, or were holding off from purchasing this game because I was saying that it's just not worth it, it's not enough content, there's not enough things to do in this game, I'm now confident enough to say that this game is worth the money that you're going to be putting into. There's a good amount of map selection now in the game, the level cap has been raised so you won't get capped at 50 levels. I don't know who genius idea it was to cap the levels at 50, knowing people like... There's nothing to grind for in this game. That was the issue. There was nothing to grind for. It was nothing fun to put time into the game. It was nothing that made me want to invest my free time to play Battlefield 5. But now there's plenty of stuff. So if you want Battlefield 5, or if you were thinking of getting Battlefield 5, now's the time. Because there's only more content to come. Like I said, in January, you can expect the Japanese, you can expect the Americans, a whole buttload of new weapons for both of the factions, a bunch of new maps for both of the factions, really beautiful island-styled maps for the... Oh my god. I'm excited for this game. I'm finally happy with where it's at. You guys can probably already tell by how I'm talking in this commentary that I'm so happy. Like, I haven't been this excited for Battlefield in a long time. Usually, my commentaries have been pretty low, gloomy, not really excited commentaries for this title. I just haven't had the motivation to be happy for this game, but finally, it is time. So if you haven't purchased Battlefield 5 yet, now is the time. Just for Operation Underground alone, this map alone can easily let you play this game without any hesitation. Good job, EA Dice. I have to give you props. I am very happy that you did these certain things. I just hope the one thing, like I said before, you have to take away the bipods for the MMGs. That's the only issue I have with this game now. It's like it was a million problems, but they're slowly polishing off every single bug, every issue with this game. But one issue that will never change, no matter how many times you nerf these weapons, it's not going to help. You have to take away the bipods. I know how much that hurts you. I know you don't even want to consider taking away the bipods for your realistic factor. I understand that. But at the end of the game, it's a video game. And you have a very bad camping issue where people will just lay down prone, not move an inch, not help your teammates at all, just sitting in the back of the map with an MMG waiting for people to run by. It's boring. It's nothing that you could do to counter it. There's nothing beneficial to your team or even the enemy team for them just sitting there. It's just a waste of space. So like I said, there's no nerf you could possibly do to this. If you want to change it, take away the bipods. That's it. But with the current meta right now, I don't see a reason to run and gun with the MMG. 9 times out of 10 when I run and gun, and you guys see how I am. I'm not the best Battlefield player, but I'm very experienced. I have my game styles, and I think I'm pretty good. But even me, myself, I can't run and gun with the MMG. I can't hip fire with those things. My shots do not connect. And it aggravates me because I like to sweat from time to time. I like to go try hard. I like to get good clips for you guys on the YouTube channel. And when I run and gun with the MMG, I get outgunned by anything that can ADS. It's a massively unfair advantage. So what that does is it pretty much forces people to lie prone everywhere. You don't want to move. If you can't hip fire, what else are you going to do with an MMG? And nobody's going to use a gun like the K7 or anything like that because it isn't a true hefty machine gun that a support player would usually use. When I think of a support player, I think of someone with 100 to 300 rounds in their magazine ready to destroy people. Not someone with 25 shots in their clip running and gunning like they're an assault player. It just does not make sense. Change it, DICE. Change it. But other than that, I'm very happy. I'm excited to see this game take a positive direction, and I can't wait to make some more Battlefield 5 content for you guys. I'm very excited for the future of this game. But thank you guys so much for checking out this commentary. I'm sorry if it's a little bit more hyper than a lot of you guys are used to, but like I said, I'm excited, and I'm not going to hold back the excitement. I'm going to let you guys know how I feel about this game. I'm very happy for it. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. If you hate it, you can always dislike it. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw today, don't forget you can always subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the bell notification button to be notified on all of my recent uploads. Also, if you just want to catch me chatting, posting some behind-the-scenes clips of that sort, whatever you want to see, that's over on Twitter at JbowenDaMan. And if you want to catch me live streaming, I'm over on Twitch at JbowenDaMan as well. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.